3% property management. This is an amazing package for new landlords or seasoned landlords or landlords who have multiple properties. This is such a great package for you. It's only 3%. It includes one of the most important aspects in this business, and that is legal edge. This is making sure that your properties are running legally, that you are not getting trapped into any legal battles with your tenants. You're not dealing with any non-payment of rents, N4s, N5s, or any types of evictions. You're not paying for them. It's all included in the umbrella of the 3% package, which is amazing. I'm just going to break down this package for you so that way you can understand. So yes, it includes legal edge. So it's a full legal coverage of your N4s, N5, N7, N8, and your N11, and also your N1s, which is to increase your rent. So it includes all those notice of terminations. It also includes the applications, and it includes the hearings. So you're not going to pay any legal fees on any of that. So the only thing you're going to pay is disbursements, and disbursement is the cost of items that is going to cost the legal team money, like filing fees. So if you're doing an application and they have to pay a filing fee, then you're going to be paying that. Or if they got to send mail out, you're going to pay for the postage, etc. So it's included that. Debt reporting to Equifax and TransUnion, that's really another amazing item. So we actually report the debt to the credit bureau. So if a tenant is paying rent on time every single month, that's going to help the tenant, and that's such a great thing for great tenants because it's going to help their credit. And on the tenants who don't pay their rent on time, it's going to affect their credit. So these are some of the things that we communicate with the tenant ongoing and let them know that this is very important to pay the rent on time. And it actually really does help. So it's amazing. So 247 tenant care. So it's around the clock. So no matter what you're dealing with your tenant, they communicate with us, and it's a complete care within our app, and we discuss everything with the tenant right online. So you don't have to get involved in anything. The only time you'd get involved is if we need to get your okay or approval or something along those lines. But we also keep you notified with everything through our platform, so that way you always know exactly what's happening with your property. It also includes the collection and deposit of monthly rent. So typically this happens anywhere between 2 to 4 business days. So the moment that the tenant pays rent, it'll go into your bank account. Maintenance and repair coordination. So a lot of landlords, they have their own handy people, they have their own contractors, etc. There's no problem there. You can deal with anybody you want. There's also many landlords who are completely hands off, and they want us to handle everything for them. So that's no problem. We handle all the maintenance and coordination, etc. And we don't do any work. So there's no work without an approval. So you'll never get trapped or caught into some type of hidden expense. That's one thing we don't believe in, is hidden cost or fees, anything along those lines. So everything's approved. So your monthly and year-end accounting statements, so you'll receive that for when you do your taxes. You'll have everything right there for you, which is you just drop that to your accountant, and it makes it easy for you. Lease enforcement and notice serving, so it's all included. So your lease enforcement is basically when there's a tenant and the tenant wants to move out, or they come up with a story as to why they want to move out. We work on enforcing that lease, so that comes together with legal edge. So same thing with tenant turnover coordination, so we handle all of that. So a lot of clients, they handle leasing themselves. We have many clients who are realtors, and then they just rent their places, and we handle the property management. There's no extra cost to any of that if you want to do it all yourself. We do have 2 programs for leasing for landlords. One of them it's $259, and we post it directly on realtor.ca. We are also a real estate firm. I own a real estate firm too, so this is why I have my hands in that pie as well. For $259, I list your property directly on the MLS, and it's local to your region, all you have to do as the landlord is you show your own property and you send us the photos and the videos, and we get your listing up online and you show it. So you have full control of meeting the potential tenants and talking to them and handling that. And the moment that you find the tenant that you like, send them over to us, and our team is going to take over and do the entire screening process. So they do credit checks, they do transaction checks, so you know exactly what's in their bank account, the balances in their bank account, you know, the transactions for the past 60 days. So that's very important. And then also ID verification. We make sure that these tenants are real people. We check their IDs. Also, you know, their employment verification and previous landlord verification. It includes a CanLII verification check. It also includes landlord easy verification check to make sure these tenants don't have LTB orders filed against them. So yeah, that package is $259. If you don't want to show the property yourself and you want us to do everything for you, it's 1 month's rent commission. So we just take on everything from photos, videos, showings, screening, all of it. So 1 month's rent for that. On-demand inspections. So basically how that works is you can have an on-demand inspection anytime you want. There is an additional charge for this. That's because our management fees are so low. They're only 3%. So it's really, really cheap. And that includes your legal issues. So we don't need to do walkthroughs and inspections on a regular basis. You don't always have to do that. And you can do it yourself for free, or you can assign it to us and there's an additional charge for that. Every area has a different rate. So just let us know where your property is located and we can give you a rate for that. But that's how that works. You know, with the fire testing, we want to make sure that every 6 months we're checking all the fire extinguishers, things of that nature. That is very important for your liability, landlord. So make sure you really, you know, this is something that is part of what you do every 6 months. This is what we do. If you don't want us to do it and you want to do it for free, then we just give you the check sheets and you can go do it all yourself. And as long as we have the records and we have the paperwork, we file it within our system, and then we notify the tenant that we did a full fire safety check, and that way they know that they can't remove batteries, or if there's anything broken or not working or inoperable, etc. You know, we have that documentation out there to protect your liability. So yes, if you want us to do all of that, there's an additional charge on that, which is quoted at the time. And if you want to do it yourself, it's completely free. There's no charge. We send you the checklist and we guide you, tell you exactly what to do. So yeah, the philosophy here with Ontario Landlord Help Group is giving the landlord an option to have the properties managed, you know, effectively, but really cheap. So that way you, the investor, the landlord, can make more money in handling, you know, some parts of your own property management. But then again, we also the tools, and we offer the tools and the options for you to have additional services, which is really amazing. So we can also put a property sign on your lawn. So there's a little additional charge for that, and also a property sticker. Property sticker is super important because it's labeled in big that the property is protected. Not just by Ontario Landlord Help Group, but also a paralegal firm, and the logos are directly on there, and it's also protected by Landlord Easy, which is huge because if a tenant causes any problems, they don't want to have their LTV order posted publicly and especially indexed on Google, which is, you know, another really big thing. So those stickers are super important, and it's great to have them on the doors every single time a tenant opens it. So that way it's always in their mind, it's in the back of their mind, it's brainwashed in their mind that, you know, I better be careful and I better be a good tenant and I better pay my rent, because it's all going to go public if you don't. So we want that, you know, embedded into their minds, and that is super important. So yeah, part of this entire package that's included in the 3% is that Landlord Pro Legal, the paralegal firm that we work with exclusively, they actually work directly right out of our office. So they are right here, and you know we're right next to them. which is amazing. We give them so much business that they want to do good for us, and they want to work with our clients, and they risk by losing all of that if they don't do a good job for us, or if they don't do exactly what we're asking, within our organization for our landlords. So you get that. You get a paralegal at your fingertips. So you never have to worry about a legal expense, as I mentioned in this video, when it comes to those forms, because we take it on. And typically what happens is it's proactive management. And this is also part reason why we can have it at such a low rate at 3%, because we manage different ways. I can't say exactly how we do it, but we have certain procedures and certain actions and different things that we do with the tenant, so your tenant, to eliminate these issues. And for the most part, when the tenant sees who we are and who we collaborate with, and our organization and everything that we do, they do not want to have any legal issues, because it's going to come after them and it's going to nip them in the behind. So that is amazing. It really works out. Our clients are so very happy with the service, and it's just amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I may have missed a few items, but that's okay. If you have any questions about any of our services or how it works, just reach out to anybody on our team or send me a direct message. If you're on our Facebook group, at the time of this video, we have just over 27,000 members. Probably next month, we're probably going to have close to 30,000 members. It keeps growing and growing and growing. So it is really amazing. And if you're not a part of that group, you need to be, because this is a group where landlords help landlords. So every single scenario that you could ever imagine is literally written about, and other landlords are giving guidance to each other. So if you're not part of that, I will put the link in the description. Check that video out, because check that group out, because it's so very important for landlords, and it's 100% free. We don't charge for any of this stuff. And so any other questions, let me know. Landlords, thank you. Have a great day and happy landlording.